Hello, my name is Marty. Welcome to another edition of Puddleglum's Music Collection. All my fellow Nardians, thanks for coming. This is more of a mail thing I'm doing today. Somebody sent me some cool stuff in the mail. So I'm going to show that to you and go over it with you because it's probably a lot of names you don't recognize. In case you didn't know, when I grew up in school, I was more into the Christian music scene, which there wasn't much of as far as rock and roll went when I was a kid. But there actually were some good bands and some different things starting. But some of this stuff goes way back to when I was a little kid. I'd like to thank Mega Jeff, Rock Max Music World. Jeff, thank you so much for giving me these albums. I haven't, some of them I've tried to get, haven't seen in years. I tried to get one of these albums on Discogs once, and then they keep writing me back, "Oh, we don't have that. Sorry, here's your money back." But before I start, I just want to say, rest in peace to Eddie Van Halen, one of the great innovators of guitar for our time. He definitely didn't start the finger tapping thing, but I think he really made it something cool within his genre. And, after that, everything took off in a different direction. Definitely a legend as far as guitar players go. So sad about hearing about that. Sad about hearing so many people dying of cancer. Sad about 2020 losing so many people. We got, Neil Peart and Eddie Van Halen and others that have left us. It's just sad, but I just wanted to, just say something about that. Because Eddie played some good guitar. All right, so I want to get into some of these things that Jeff got me. The first one I'd like to show you is from Ulf Christensen. Ulf Christensen is from Sweden. Like I said, when I was a kid, there was some metal, hard rock acts. So this would probably be about 82 to 84, in the early 80s to mid 80s when I was going to school. Some junior high, some high school when I was getting into music. Of course, when I was young, at a very young age, I got into Kiss, Boston, Aerosmith. Became a Christian later, and then tried to find something. The lyrics weren't so lewd. That was something I could listen to more to be more positive. So there were only a few bands back then that were playing heavy music. One was Resurrection Band. The other was Daniel Band from Canada. Resurrection Band had a feel from everything from, it was just in that genre of Led Zeppelin, AC/DC type stuff, Van Halen later, just had all those kind of feels to them. They had a guy singer and a lady singer. And so, yeah, that was one of them. Jerusalem were the next one from Sweden. They actually were doing stuff way back in Sweden. But, yeah, they came to America because the lead singer, Glenn Kaiser, talked to Pat Boone and said, "Hey, you need to put these guys on your label," because Pat Boone had a label back then. So Jerusalem was put on that label in the early and mid, it's more like the like 82, I think Jerusalem got on that and put out some albums, transferred a lot of their lyrics over to English, and they had a great album called Warrior at the time. But this is his solo album. Ulf was the lead singer, guitar player, and wrote the songs for the band from Jerusalem, and this was his solo album that Jeff sent me that I've been trying to get for a long time. So it's Ulf Christensen. I think this is on Lamb and Lion Records, which was Pat Boone's record label at the time. DeGarmo and Key and a lot of other people were on it. So this is In My Dreams by Ulf Christensen. Sounds like Jerusalem, which Jerusalem had a lot of different feels to it. Some of it was a little deep purplish, older deep, things like that. So it's a hard rock metal band. So that's Ulf Christensen he gave me. And then he also gave me some Rick Kua. Let's see if I can find that here. Where'd my Rick Kua go? Lost my Rick Kua. Here it is. So Rick Kua, this is Rick Kua. He was a bass player for the Outlaws for 2 or 3 albums. When I saw Rick Kua on tour, 6 people showed up to the show. And he had some guys from the Outlaws with him on that tour. So it was like a rockin' show. One of the best shows I've seen in years at the time. So that was Rick Kua, and man, what a great show. But there's only 6 people in the crowd, but he put on a great show for us. And I think he had, I don't remember which guitar player from the Outlaws were with him. I think he had a few people from the Outlaws at the time. So that's Rick Kua with the solo album. He became a Christian and did some. It's not Southern rock really at all, but it's just rock and roll, pop rock for the time. And then he sent me some Sweet Comfort Band. If you're any kind of into Christian music at all or heard of them, Sweet Comfort Band was, you know, the yacht rock California sound. You know, horn arrangements, a lot of their early stuff. Good guitar work. Brian Johnson, great singer. He did some background vocals for a Kansas song. He's done other stuff. But yeah, Sweet Comfort Band. It's the Hold On Tight album. This is his third or fourth album. I think this was after Breaking the Ice. This is probably the third album. Horn arrangements by Seawind still on here, I think. The band Seawind. And then he sent me some Paul Clark. Now, Paul Clark, when he started out, did more of a folky, you know, singer-songwriter music. And this is more worship music. But Songs for the Savior, Volume 1. Then Songs for the Savior, Volume 2, which is a gatefold. But I like how he does his vocals. It's a little bit different how he sings stuff. But this is very folky, very part of the Jesus movement in the early 70s. I think this might have been 72, 73, somewhere around there for one of them and the other. You know, it's very early when Christian music was just starting out in the late 60s, early 70s with you know, a mess with Christian music that had some kind of contemporary leanings towards it. This isn't something he sent me, but I want to show you Paul Clark later on. This is Aim for the Heart. He had a lot of other albums like this, but for a while he had kind of a Steely Dan feel to his stuff. A lot of great musicians would be on his albums. You know, Hadley Hawkins-Smith, Abraham Laboriel, Dean Park. You know, he had a lot of different people doing stuff. So he kind of went more of a Steely Dan jazz pop oriented thing, and later on he would even get into more of the jazzy feel for the stuff. So, but yeah, Ulf Christensen, you know, Rick Kua and all that stuff that Jeff gave me, I appreciate it. These are things from when I was a kid and when I was a teenager that, you know, I've been trying to get, haven't been able to, but he sent them to me, and I appreciate it. So if you want to go to Mega Jeff, McRockmax Music World, I'll have it down below. You can check them out. But I just wanted to have the time and say I appreciated it and say, you know, sorry about Van Halen, one of the legends of our time. So you guys have a great day, and I'll be back later. Thank you.